Some silences aren't peaceful, they creep under your skin. That was the eerie feeling officers described when they entered apartment 3C on Hemlock Street. Once a cozy space, it now felt frozen in time, dirty coffee mugs on the counter, an open sketchbook on the couch, and beneath the floorboards, a nightmare no one in Maple Glen saw coming. This is the story of Leah Stansen and the man who lived just above her, hiding the truth for 6 long months. Maple Glen wasn't the kind of town where things like this happened. With fewer than 3,500 residents, it was the kind of place where people knew their neighbors, or thought they did. Leah Stansen had lived in Maple Glen for just 8 months. At 34, she was rebuilding her life after a bitter divorce. A children's book illustrator, she led a quiet, structured life, morning walks with her dog Penny, herbal tea from the local cafe, and sketching on her balcony when the weather allowed. Then, one day, she vanished. Her sister Emily, who lived in Chicago, couldn't reach her. Neighbors noticed her balcony plants wilting, and Penny was nowhere to be seen. By late March, her mailbox overflowed. Emily filed a missing person report on April 2, 44 days after Leah was last seen. Detective Monica Reyes took the case. Leah's bank accounts were untouched, her credit cards inactive, and social media silent. Her phone last pinged near her apartment on February 17 at 11:14 p.m. After that, nothing. When officers entered Leah's apartment on April 5, it didn't look abandoned, it looked paused. Her winter coat still hung by the door, a grocery list sat on the counter, and her glasses rested beside her laptop. But the most chilling detail was a faded bloodstain on the hardwood floor, partially hidden beneath a rug. Someone had tried to scrub it with bleach, but forensic light revealed it like a warning. This wasn't just a missing person case anymore. The building had 2 other residents, an elderly woman on the ground floor who heard nothing unusual and 29-year-old Daniel Carnes, who lived on the 2nd floor. An IT technician, Daniel was polite, well-groomed, and kept to himself. He claimed he hadn't seen Leah in weeks and assumed she had moved suddenly. At first glance, Daniel seemed normal, even helpful. But cracks appeared in his story. Security footage from a nearby hardware store showed him buying a shovel, industrial trash bags, bleach, and duct tape, just 48 hours after Leah's disappearance. His excuse: a plumbing leak. Then came the dog. On August 23, a utility worker spotted a thin, dirty spaniel wandering in an alley. A vet scan identified the microchip, Penny, Leah's dog. The discovery reignited the investigation. If Penny was still in town, where was Leah? Detectives obtained a full search warrant for the building. In the basement, behind a poorly constructed drywall panel, they uncovered a hidden storage area. Dusty, cramped, and reeking of decay. Under layers of plastic and insulation, they found a false floor. Beneath it, wrapped in plastic and duct tape, was Leah. The autopsy revealed blunt force trauma to her skull, and defensive wounds on her arms and hands. She had fought back. That evening, Daniel Carnes was arrested. Under interrogation, his facade cracked. His real name wasn't Daniel, it was Stephen Carnes. A background check revealed a chilling past. He had been accused, though never charged, in 2 previous stalking cases in Vermont. Detectives believe Leah uncovered something, an old document, a search result, and confronted him. That night, something snapped. In a panic, Stephen killed her and hid her body in the basement, a place he knew no one would check. Then, for 6 months, he lived as if nothing had happened, greeting neighbors, buying groceries, shoveling snow, all while Leah was buried just 15 feet below him. The town was devastated. Shock turned to grief, then to anger. How had they missed the signs? In Leah's memory, Emily founded an organization providing background checks for tenants and resources for women who feel unsafe but lack evidence to be heard. Stephen Carnes pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 35 years to life. He offered no apology, no explanation, just a cold stare as Leah's family spoke at the sentencing hearing. Leah's apartment remains empty. Some locals say strange sounds echo from the basement, probably just old pipes. But in a town like Maple Glen, the echoes of what happened linger. As Detective Reyes later said, the scariest monsters aren't hiding in the woods, they're the ones holding the door open.